Let's talk about accepting your own truth. It's sort of a difficult topic to even get into, right? Because accepting your own truth means you'd have to dive deep into your deepest thoughts and emotions. It means you actually have to confront yourself, face yourself, and convince yourself to believe and follow exactly what it is that you believe in. So it's a sensitive topic, but a topic that I wouldn't want to avoid nonetheless. Because if I were to avoid it, then why get this platform to share an opportunity basically for us to consult ourselves for a change? Your own truth goes as far as why is it that you do the things that you do? O di etsetsang dilo tse o di etsang? O zenzelani izinto ozenzayo? Why is it that you do the things that you do? Now, my approach is often to segment the conversation, right? So, why do you wake up every morning? What is driving you? What's your purpose? Or what is it that you believe you are working towards? In other words, you may not have discovered what your purpose is, but in self-discovery, in self-pursuit, comes an opportunity for you to actually declare to yourself, what is it that I am living for? A lot of us live for the passions that we build as we grow up, right? Passion is something we develop. I've learned over the years that passion is something that we develop, not necessarily something we're born with. So in developing those passions, we get to figure out what is it that we love. And then from that, we derive what is it that we have to do to fulfill that passion and therefore give back. So in asking ourselves this particular question of what is it that we are living for and what is our absolute truth, we have to figure out what is important to us. Is significance a key thing that's important to you? So when you wake up every morning, you push to build your business, you push to employ more people, you push to become profitable in your business, and you push to scale up the business. And so the cycle goes and repeats itself. And from a personal level, you get fulfilled. But fulfillment is another level of truth. Do you do things for fulfillment? So when you basically complete a particular task, project, assignment, and you actually meet the metrics that you have set, do you actually look back and say, I am fulfilled, and therefore my absolute truth is to be fulfilled? Let's add another layer to it. Is your absolute truth to contribute back to society and therefore be fulfilled through that contribution? Relevant questions to ask. Is your absolute truth to have $1 billion in your bank account, and therefore that's when you feel that my purpose is to have $1 billion in my bank account? I know when I ask it like this, there's a bit of pessimism in it, because why have $1 billion in your bank account and have no other reason for living, right? No other reason for giving back, no other reason for, fulfilling a bigger scope of life, right? So what is your absolute truth? I'd like to task each and every one of us to delve deep into our own thoughts and emotions and try to discover what is our absolute truth. Why do we wake up each and every morning? Obviously, there's different layers and segments and spheres and, spectrums of our lives that we need to fulfill. But at the end of the day, the question will still remain. If you're waking up for your family, it's good, and it's good and well. But there's a time when your family will leave you. Those daughters of mine that are growing right now, and I'm responsible alongside my spouse for fulfilling their dreams and unleashing their potential and capabilities. At age 18, I want them out of the house. I want them to discover themselves. I want them to go into a world of independence. And if their discovery of self is going to Harvard and studying, being away from us, that's just the first stage of rediscovering that is our purpose really to proliferate as a human being and have that particular child. And then once they leave, then what is our purpose then? You know? So in pursuit of this life thing, it's important to actually discover your truth. What are your deepest fears? Because for you to actually go against the grain and actually win against your particular fears, you need to face them head on. So what are those fears for you? And do you believe that you can win against those fears? Because firstly, you have to believe it. You have to believe it. You have to live it. You have to, you basically have to predestine your life. And a key way of predestining your life, the prerequisite to that, is to ask yourself, what is my truth? What is my truth? I'm still living that journey. I mean, I'm still very young, 30 years, right? So at age 30, I'm still in pursuit to discovering my deepest truths, right? But the key thing to reveal in this conversation with you is to ask yourself, what is it that you are doing to discover that truth? I'll leave it there for today. It's just some deep thoughts that came to my mind. But enjoy your day, guys. Peace out. And remember, ask those questions, then answer those questions. Cheers.